Hello, everybody. My name is Brad Andrew, but most people call me BA. I'll be your professor for MBA 523 Managerial Economics. This is a core course in the MBA sequence at Juniata. It's also a core course in most MBA programs. Uh, this academic year, the 25-26 academic year, I will be my 25th year at Juniata. I started in August of 2001. I am, in more ways than one, a big Patriots and Red Sox fan, having been born and raised in New England. Um, Big in terms of my intensity in following them, and big in the sense that I'm 6'4" and let's say over 280 pounds. So, um, used to be 6'5", but gravity takes its toll. So, all right. What I would like you to do, first of all, is go to the forum under the introduction, and in that forum, you'll see it's just a request that you tell us about yourself. There are, as of now, 8 people enrolled in the class, so I'd like to hear, learn more about you. Um, as and I also want you to learn more about your classmates. So if at some time you go there and there are only 2 people at a post, look at them, but then a few days later go back and look at other people who posted to learn about them as well. I would really also like you to, again, in the introduction section, download and read the sample forum exchange. It gives you an idea about forum what a forum exchange should look like. And in particular, person 4 and person 5 really provide a great model for what a forum exchange should look like. I've made them anonymous to protect the innocent. Um, this is what we call a synchronous course, which means that there are going to be deadlines of things that you have to do, and an important reason for that is what we call scaffolding. Um, Much of what is studied earlier in the term is going to be used later in the term. So one needs that foundation before they can really go on and have a good understanding of what's coming, right? Uh, 4 times during the semester, we're going to meet together and as using Teams video chat, which is what um, what we're Juniata is using now. Um, and there'll be a series of questions, and what I hope is that you will kind of review the questions before class and be ready to discuss them. All right. Now, the way I work this is I do expect you to attend the session unless there is absolutely some reason why you can't. What would constitute that? Well, if you're working and it goes beyond work, you've got a project that you're working on and you have to do it. I understand that. If there's a family event that you have to attend, understand that. If it overlaps with an athletic event, that's fine. In place of that, what I want you to do is to watch the recording of the session and take notes so that you understand it. All right. Or if you have any questions that you write them down and then contact me about them. All right. But I really expect you to attend in person those sessions. They're only 4 hours in 8 weeks, so it's not a huge demand on your time, but it is important as a way of getting some of the in-class experience into a distance course. There are 8 modules. Now, they average a module a week. However, that doesn't mean that each one is a week. One might be only 5 days, another might be 9, but they average 1 week. But make sure you don't assume that you're going to be on a 1 week schedule just because that was the case for 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Um, there are 3 book summaries, and when you do these, there'll be specific directions about how I want them done. Um, I'll briefly summarize. The first paragraph is like a brief elevator description. I hope you've heard of an elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is where you're in an elevator for 10 seconds, 15 seconds with someone who you want to connect with, and you want to describe yourself in the most glowing terms in that 15 seconds. Um, then that is what an elevator pitch is. In terms of a book summary, an elevator pitch is where you take in a short paragraph, you tell me what the book was really about. What's the big forest picture of what the author was trying to get across to you? The second paragraph goes then into the content of the book, and the final paragraph is where you relate what is in the book to what we're studying in class. So, all right, there are 2 tests during the term, so counting book summaries, modules, excuse me, not modules, but forum exchanges, um, your participation in, I guess I've got the video sessions, which I historically have called Zumba sections. Get it? Zoom, BA, Zumba. And so there are multiple ways to participate in multiple ways by which you'll be evaluated. And so that really, I think, is sort of a better way of providing accurate representation of what you've contributed to the class and also what you've learned, right? Now, finally, I mean, I have been teaching this course for several years now. I think this is about the 8th time I've done it. And what I'd like to do is, I'd like to hear from you is any feedback you have about what you'd like, what you enjoyed, and also what you'd like to see changed. So, um, oh, one thing I've got a checklist here in front of me. If you see me looking down, that's what it is. And I forgot to put something down. And that in and of itself is an important omission, and a lesson that I want to kind of impart. It was unexpected lesson, which is that because I forgot to write down something on the checklist, it didn't get done. Now, why use checklists? Well, they're actually quite valuable, quite important. Um, Airplanes, before they go up, they always have a pre-flight checklist they have to go through. Um, in many medical procedures, doctors, nurses, other medical personnel use checklists so that they don't forget things. All right. And so even though it's very common, the more educated one becomes, the less accepting people are of checklists because it seems like a trivial thing. It's just very easy to say, "Oh, I'll remember," when in fact, I just experienced right now. I forgot to mention something when I was introducing myself. That is, I wanted to say just a little bit about my family. I have my wife. We've been married 20. Actually, got married not long after I started this job, so it will be in December, it'll be 24 years. Actually, I was married in Las Vegas. We eloped to Las Vegas, and Elvis sang at our wedding, the Viva Las Vegas Chapel. If they still have up the list for December 31st, 2001, you'll see our name there, Andrew Small wedding. I think it's sometime around 3 or 4 o'clock. So and my wife is works part-time as a drug and alcohol counselor, and she really enjoys that. My son, uh, Cameron, he is 20 years old and he's entering his junior year at Juniata. Kind of a techie guy, ITCS. He works in the Solutions Center or the help desk, I guess it's called, but not generally not at the desk. He's working in the back room with Zach Foltz. And so he's right now, he works there and during the summer in the fitness center, right? So, all right, that's all I wanted to tell you. I really hope you enjoy the course and more importantly, get a lot out of it. Um, and I will see you during the Zumba sessions.